2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Serenity Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's hello to Henny Koyak down on the course, following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm glad to be here covering this week's featured group, and what a pairing, as these two have been hinting at quite a budding rivalry here.
And this week, Henny, they're looking to beat Rivale III. It should be an exciting and entertaining duel.
Absolutely, Luke. Rivale III is one of the most charismatic, talkative, and highly skilled players out there on tour. He'll either cut you down with his game or his slick talking. You better be on your guard.
Yes, he's got a sharp tongue and a clever game. Let's see how HV3 goes up against this player in this rivalry. And let's see what he can do here today. That was wonderfully done. And what's in front of them there, Henny?
This is down breeze, so it's going to be tough to stop it on this green.
This one might need to get down a little. Well, not a bad approach, that one, up onto the green. A couple of putts from there, and that'll be a pretty good hole. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Ouch, that hurts. 4 feet to the cup.
This for par.
Well, that's a no-fuss par to get the round underway, Rich.
Very nice par indeed. Very solid hole played.
Let's go down to John McCarthy for our on-course report. And John, you've now had some time to walk the course this week before today's show. What are we in for today at the Jacobson Homestead?
Well, Luke, yes, I love walking around this rural setting. Not a whole lot of trouble to start off with, but things heat up quite a bit when you hit the 7th hole. Par 4 has a dogleg left and a few bunkers and trees to deal with off the tee. Back 9 opens with a narrow and lengthy par 5, but that's really as tricky as it gets. I guess there is it gets a little swampy on the 15th, but the water generally won't be a factor for many players out there in the field. They saved the most challenging tee shot for the 18th, which leads up to an elevated green for the approach. That will be a fun hole to watch this week. Hopefully provides some drama coming down the final stretch. Let's see what happens, guys.
Putting for birdie.
Oh, that was such a good stroke.
Wow, that's classy. Good save from there.
That'll way to grind it out in the bunker, but up and down for the birdie. Nicely done.
And tee shot looks pretty good. Time for the second shot into the third. Opting for the 5-iron.
They've decided to club up.
Oh, terrific approach and a chance for birdie here at the third.
Of all the shots that I like the most, that one ranks right up there.
And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
He's one stroke in front of his rival so far today. Great stuff.
And back to the play, shall we? Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt.
This looks like it's got the speed and the line.
Appears to have overcooked this one. It's just about 3 feet away. That's a disappointing par in the end after such a terrific shot in. Now we're on the 4th tee here at Jacobson Homestead, and it's a par 3, playing 181 off the back tees.
Yeah, that's about as far as you're going to see this par 3 play, Luke. Player's going to go in there with the mid, probably shortish iron. Obviously, with the water on the right, you want nothing to do with that side as the bank severely slopes downwards. Bailing out to left the bunkers, not so hot either. But with just a short iron in your hand, you think that these players are good enough to fire right at it, don't you?
Oh, this would be handy if it could bounce right. That should set up another chance. What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
Straight back up this hill. Can be firm here.
That's disappointing. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here. That's a good putt for par. You'll take it. And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
He's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. We've arrived at a par 4 hole. That should find the fairway. This shot coming from around the 150-yard marker.
Wind moving the golf ball left to right.
Going with the pitching wedge here.
They've chosen to club down on this one. What an amazing approach shot. I think their rival, Harold Varner III, has a worthy competitor this week.
Well hold. Let's move on. And that will take him to 2 under. Here we are at the 6th hole. Oh, well played. Rich, one of the big advantages for the experienced players on tour is their history around particular courses. But what advice would you give to the new players who are coming to a course for the first time and how to handle it?
I would say tread easily. Go in there and just try to get into a good rhythm on the golf course. Don't try and go out and try and hit too many heroic shots or go after too many flag sticks, because if you don't know what the consequences are if you don't pull off that shot, well, shame on you. So I think that the veterans obviously have more knowledge about golf courses, and they can say, oh, I don't want to miss it there because that's dead. I've seen it happen before. When you go into a new golf course, Luke, you got to go in with it and just try and play a little bit on the defensive side. Don't get too greedy. Don't try and make too many things happen. Go in there, find some fairways, find some greens, hole a few putts here and there, get some confidence going first before you start attacking pins.
What an opportunity to make a birdie.
They've got this left to tie with Harold Varner III.
Just 3 feet to the cup. You've finished your work on that hole. Let's take a look at the next one. John Rahm holds a familiar spot of top spot on this leaderboard. The great Severano Ballesteros inspired an entire generation of European golfers, particularly his own Spanish golfers, and I feel that we might even have the best Spanish golfer of all time in Jon Rahm, Rich.
I absolutely agree with that. I believe in the game right now, Luke, that if there's one player that all others are fearful of when they get on top of the leaderboard, I think Jon Rahm's name would be #1, because he seemingly has zero weaknesses. I can't find a single one. I look at his game and it is so complete, you just get envious of it, don't you? Because it is so good everywhere. Off the tee, iron play, the short game, the mentality, the vision, the imagination. He's got every single tool that you could possibly want in this game. He is by far, I believe, the most complete player in our game today.
Yeah, it certainly feels like we're in the Jon Rahm era right now. Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Oh, what a lovely shot. He'll be delighted to be inside the range there.
Outside chance for birdie here, Luke.
Setting up here with a very long putt.
Well, HV3 looking a little gloomy because this putt could put him down behind his playing partner.
How good would that have been if it had dropped? That hole's done. Trailing by 8 strokes now after that hole. We have a par 4 on this one. Well, on the tee now, coming off a par. Chance to pipe one up the middle. Yeah, that one will play. And Henny, what kind of a shot are they facing this time?
He's looking at perhaps 175, I'd say.
Going with the 6-iron here. That's a pretty handy shot. He's found the surface. Good chance here. And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
He's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Trying to get it to 4 under with this putt. That was a gallant attempt. Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. And down she goes. So, Rich, 9 holes in the books. What do you make of the performance so far in this rivalry?
So far, Luke, this player is trailing their rival, but let's face it, it's only 9 holes into the tournament. There's a lot of time between now and the end, but there is ground to make up. Yeah, that'll work. That's fine.
The history of golf has been littered with some great characters. For the modern game, Harold Varner III is right up there. A really personable guy, just effervescent. And I think, Rich, the only thing we're all waiting for is that first W to come. He seems to deserve it.
I can't wait to see what happens when he gets that first W. Oh, it's going to be blissfully fun. He's such an engaging personality that you can't help but just like him. He is out there enjoying every single moment of being on the PGA Tour, playing against the best in the world, and he believes that he can hang with every single one of those players. It hasn't kind of shown up yet, but there's no doubt in my mind, with the belief that he has in his own game, that alone will carry him to a win on the PGA Tour sooner than later, and I'm thinking it could happen as early as this year.
And with that, that's their 4th birdie. And that will take him to 4 under.
looking to ride the momentum after coming off a birdie here with this shot. Wow, that was just striped.
And now heading over to Rivale III.
He's currently one stroke better than his rival and playing partner today.
Oh, look at this, right down the throat.
Time for the second shot at the 11th. Sitting at -4.
How close was that to going down? Big par saver coming up for this fella. Yeah, we'll take that. Trailing by 7 after that hole. We have a par 3 on this one.
Going with the 5-iron here.
Great shot.
Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Setting up this putt 21 feet from the cup. Little birdie look in here.
Okay, steady now.
Just a short putt remaining here. And now let's head over to Rivale III.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. And now 4 under for the day.
Next up is this par 4 hole.
Oh, that's a sweet-looking swing, that one. Playing this shot from about 170 yards out.
Back into the wind. They need to flight this one down.
Opting for the 6-iron.
Uh-oh, this one's out, heading towards the rough.
That's a tad wayward. Not quite finding the surface.
Yeah, wind took that one offline in a hurry.
Ooh, that almost went down. And this putt coming up for his par. It's tracking. And in it goes for the par. Currently at -4 for the round. We find ourselves on the tee, one of the stronger par 4s on the back 9 here at Jacobson Homestead. The 14th playing 483, Rich, from the tips.
Yeah, generous landing area, thankfully out to the right-hand side. Obviously a bunker down the left, and if you miss it even further left, there's water lurking. But the second shot, this is where it gets slippery. This is where it gets dangerous, especially to a back right hole location. All of a sudden, the water down the right-hand side comes into full view, bailing out to the left in the bunker. Not so hot either. Tell you what, it takes a brave player to fire at this flagstick.
Fingers crossed for a good kick to the left.
And now heading over to Rivale III.
Birdied their last hole.
from the sand. Are they able to get up and down?
Let's return to live play now. And here we are with the third shot. Top effort, that. Par putt coming up here. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. Teeing off here at the 15th hole. Oh, that is a thing of beauty. Setting up to play the shot here from the greenside rough.
What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Setting up this putt 24 feet from the cup. This has a real chance.
Wonderful putt, and that puts some real pressure on their rival now.
Solid play finds that player moving up the leaderboard after that hole. Let's see what happens here at the 16th. Going with the 8-iron here. Anywhere up on that dance floor would be nice. Wow, what a shot.
Looking for back-to-back birdies here, Luke. This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
And back to the course with the live action. Trying to get to 6 under now with this putt.
This for a birdie run.
Surely it's going to.
Didn't quite judge the speed on that one.
Right on 4 feet. Should make this one. Now that's got to be frustrating. Hit such a great approach shot in, but wasn't able to convert. Teeing off here on the 17th hole. Oh, absolutely flushed. This shot from around the 200-yard marker.
Puff of wind blowing right to left.
Looks to be going with the 5-iron.
I'm pretty sure they had their sights set on hitting the green there.
Oh, a little shorty Baker on that action there.
Oh, wouldn't that have been nice?
Oh, that's a tasty looking chip. Top shot.
You better believe it is great stuff to watch.
And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
He's happy, just came off a birdie.
And after that effort, that's how it looks. Now 8 shots back after that hole. Rich, we find ourselves at the finishing hole here at Jacobson Homestead, and it seems strange to be playing it just at 400 yards.
I tell you what, though, I like this finishing hole because it gives you options. You don't have to necessarily hit driver here. If you do, you got to take it over some pretty tall trees, and you can't miss it to the left-hand side. The safe play, lay it out to the right, but now your second shot becomes just a little bit longer, a little bit more difficult to get it that close to the hole. I love the options you have on this finishing hole. A great opportunity for one final birdie.
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge.
Needs a little ground help to the left.
And he's safely on the green. Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. Just hammered that through the line. This putt's about 4 feet from the hole. And that signs off on today's round. So, after a pretty decent opening round, Rich, this player still finds themselves a fair way off the pace.
Yeah, a good round, a decent round, but nothing spectacular, and that's why they're in the position that they're at. They just need to get out there and grind a little bit more. We didn't really see them out there giving it their full effort because they just got lazy. I mean, it's just an okay round of golf, and it shows.
Well, that was a thrilling day. And on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working